Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm actually doing an Etsy shop critique. Now, this is one of the many that I'm going to be doing throughout the whole entire year. So if you're interested in possibly winning an Etsy shop critique, make sure that you sign up. I will leave the link on the comment section as well as in the text box below. Now, if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel and you want to learn how to grow an impactful online business, don't forget to subscribe today. Don't forget to show me some love by liking this video and leaving a comment below. So let's go ahead and get started on this critique. So today I'm doing a critique on the store called Sana's Handmade Mini GB. So thank you, Sana, for signing up for the critique. And you have a beautiful shop. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I normally do on a Etsy critique is that I take a particular listing and I talk about all the elements that are required in order to have a successful Etsy store. So I talk about the product photography, I talk about the listing description, I talk about optimizing your store for SEO, and then I talk about the curation and branding of your store. And I break it down into sections so it could be a little bit easier to follow. I'm also using the tool called erank.com, which is a free tool that you could start using. You could always pay for the pro version of it as well. And it gives you information and tools to grow your Etsy business. So I highly recommend, if you have not signed up for eRank, that you do so as soon as possible. So the listing that I'm doing a critique on is this particular listing here. So the first thing I want to talk about is product photography. And this is something that I always talk about. It's really, really important that you have the best photo possible of whatever you're selling. As you guys know, selling on an e-commerce platform like Etsy or any e-commerce platform that the customer doesn't have the option to look at the product in person, touch it, feel the texture, wear it, etc. The photo has to be amazing. It has to be engaging enough that they want to click on your actual listing, be beautiful enough that they're going to want to go ahead and buy from you. So the first thing I noticed about this photo is that it's blending in with the background. You could barely see it. So this is what people see in the feed. You could barely notice what exactly am I looking at. That's a problem because the main photo has to be the attention grabber. It has to be the best photo. It has to illustrate exactly what you sell. The customer should be able to look at this photo and know exactly what they're buying, just taking a glance at it, right? At this point, I don't really know what I'm looking at, right? If I read the title, it does tell me it's gold earrings. However, just looking at it at first glance, this one is a better photo, of course, because you could see it. The second one, sorry about that. That one looks so much better. But the first one, you can't really tell because it's actually blending in, like I said, with the background. So my first suggestion would be to make sure that your photo is an attention grabber, that when people are looking at your photo, they know exactly what they're buying. The second thing is that you offer different types of colors. So you have like the light pink. I think this is a darker pink. It looks like you have white or silver. So your best bet is to do the Etsy listing variations. You probably did this listing before the new changes that Etsy did. So what I would do is make sure that you edit this with the Etsy listing variations, that when somebody picks the color, let's say somebody goes to white, the photo goes to the white earrings. If somebody picks the rose gold, the photo changes to the rose gold. This will help you avoid any confusion from the buyer's end when they're buying. And it will also help you to eliminate any confusion also. Because then if the customer doesn't really know which one is the pearl white and which one is the white, they might be like, oh, never mind, I'll go somewhere else. So you want to make it as easy and user-friendly as possible when people are shopping your store. If they don't, understand exactly what they're buying at first glance, if when they're buying from you, they don't know which color is what, it could lead to more confusion, buy the wrong one, buy the wrong color, or not buy at all. So that would be another suggestion. If you don't want to change your whole listing, then you could add a picture with all four, and then all four photos, and then on the bottom put the name of each color. That way it kind of tells them which colors for which one. So that would be another suggestion that you could do. But you definitely want to work on your photos, especially the main one, which is your attention grabber. The second thing I want to talk about is your title. Keep in mind, and I'm fixing mine as well, is something that Etsy doesn't really care for when we do keyword stuffing. They want the title to be short, have a short description of what you're selling, and have your main keyword in the beginning of your title. So you want to make sure that your main keyword is in the beginning, follow with a short description of what you're selling, that you're meeting two criteria. You're meeting the criteria of the customer, is easy to read, they know exactly what they're getting, but then you're also meeting SEO compliance, which means that you're optimizing your listing for SEO. So that would be one suggestion. Keep in mind that the listing does get truncated. So the title, people only get to see up to gold earrings. Everything else is truncated, basically. People don't see. So therefore, you want to make sure that your title is short and sweet, and the part that gets truncated is just like the description of what you're selling, but having the main focus in the main keyword, your focus in the beginning of your title, which is where it shows up on the search results. Now, that being said, the second thing you want to work on is optimizing your listing and your listing description. So looking at your listing description, it is a bit short. What you want to make sure that you do is that not only do you write an engaging description that engages people to read more, learn more about your products, you want to make sure it's a little bit longer than this. You want to include everything and anything that the customer should know about this particular listing. I'm not saying you have to write a humongous listing description, but you definitely want to give a little bit more details than you have at the current moment. So you want to make sure and then you also want to make sure that you break it down into sections. There's a lot of people that is their first time shopping on Etsy. They don't really know how to order. They don't really know the shipping policy. They don't know how to navigate your Etsy store. So having links, you could say, click here to view my shopping policy, or click here to view my return policy, or you could just have it in the actual listing description. But making sure that you tell them everything and anything the customer should know, while also writing an engaging listing description for your ideal customer, for your target customer. So you definitely want to work on that, as well as optimizing your listing for SEO. So whenever you guys do keyword research, whatever keywords you come up for your actual listing, you're supposed to include them in your listing description. This will help you with SEO boost. It's going to give you like an SEO boost, basically. It's going to give you more visibility in the search results. When people type in these keywords, those search results are going to, or the algorithm from Etsy is going to take notice that you have these keywords, and it's going to rank your listings higher in the search results. So that would be the first thing that you need to do. One, write a engaging listing description. Two, make sure that you're optimized with SEO correctly. Three, make sure that you give clear direction on how to order, the shipping policy, the return policy, and anything else the customer needs to know. And I will also add additional links. Maybe add links to similar items, or if you have any matching items that go with this particular product. You want to engage the customer. You want them to click on these links and start engaging with your brand. The longer that they shop in your store, the longer that they stay browsing through your different inventory, the higher the probability that they'll go ahead and buy from you. And they might not necessarily buy this particular item, but from clicking on, let's say, similar items, they might go to that section and find something else that they like, and therefore you still get a sale. So the ultimate goal is to keep the customer engaged and have them stay longer in your actual shop, browsing, and hopefully that would turn into a sale. Looking at your keywords, one of the things that you did is that you only added 9 keywords. You want to make sure that in every single listing, you optimize it for all 13 keywords. The more keywords you have, the more chances of your listing being found in the search results. So you do not want to just stop at 9. You want to make the effort and put all 13 keywords because that's going to drive more traffic to your store. Another thing you want to stay away from is keywords that are very broad or very competitive, because those keywords, if it's very broad, you're showing your listing to everybody and anybody, and that hurts your conversion rates. You ultimately want to show your listings to people that ideally are searching for your product and they're searching with an intent to buy. If you show your products to anybody and everybody and people are liking it, people are, let's say, saving it but not buying from you, your conversion rates go down because the algorithm takes notice that many people are viewing your product but no one's really buying from you, and that hurts your overall listing score. It hurts your where your listings rank in the search results. So you definitely want to work on your SEO by using keywords that describes exactly what you're selling for your target customer. One of the thing is, like this one here, bridal shower, is a little bit too broad. So maybe bridal shower gifts will be a better one, in making sure that when you are doing the keyword research, you want to make sure that the competition is lower than your search volume. If your competition is higher than your search volume per month, it's going to be really, really hard for you to rank organically. And if you did an Etsy ad, then your cost per click, even though we no longer could see it, just keep in mind that whenever you use a keyword that's very competitive, you usually do pay a higher price for that keyword. So that's the reason why many people say, well, I put my budget for $4 a day and Etsy is eating up my budget. The reason is because many times people are using keywords that are very, very, very competitive. So therefore, within a couple clicks, you're done with your budget, especially if no one bought from you. So just keep that in mind, that you have to make sure that you target keywords that your target audience is searching for with an intent to buy, that you're not using keywords that are too broad or too generic, because then those are going to be really hard for you to rank for and your cost per click will be higher. And making sure that you're using all 13 keywords for your Etsy store every single time. So what I would do is I would go back and I would do research. The best strategy to doing research is to sit down and write down on a piece of paper 13 to 15 keywords that describes what you're selling. So keyword phrases, long-term keywords that describes exactly what you're selling. And then you go back to Etsy Rank and you use the tool called Keyword Explorer. You put in the keyword in there and it's going to find additional keywords that people are searching for in the Etsy search results. And from there, you're going to try to find keywords that have a large monthly search volume compared to competition. And keep in mind that you are in a saturated space, which is jewelry. So therefore, when you are selling in a saturated space, it might be hard to find keywords that you could rank organically for. So you want to make sure that if you're going to be in a competitive space, what makes you different from every other jewelry, store on Etsy? That's what's going to get you the sales. What makes you different? What is your brand? Why should people buy from you, right? And you have to separate yourself from the competitors. And where that comes is the curation of your shop that I was talking about in the beginning. That comes with your banner. That comes with having a cohesive look of all your photos. That if someone saw this photo here, this one, and this one, they would say, oh, that's from Santa's store, right? Right now, it looks like it's 3 different stores because it doesn't have that cohesive look in the background. It doesn't look like it's coming from the same store. So you want to make sure that your focus is making sure that you build a brand, a company that when people see your items, they start recognizing you as a brand. And when they do recognize you as a brand, you will stand out from every other store out there that sells similar items or they're in the same niche as yourself. So you're going to have to work a little bit harder because you are in a competitive niche to stand out from all these other stores. So that comes with, like I said, your title, your logo, branding, adding more listings. What makes you different, right? What every time working on switching something, making your store look better every single month. Just looking at it and being very critical and saying, okay, I like this logo when I first started, but I could improve it and make it better. I like this banner, but what can I do? What can I add? Or what can I tweak to make it better? And being open to change, right? And not just opening it and leaving it like that and just waiting for the sales to come in. What I would suggest overall is listing description, working on writing an engaging listing description, making sure your store is optimized for SEO, making sure that all your photos are cohesive to one another, and making sure that your photos are amazing. They look great. People are going to want to click. You want to attract people that are just shopping, and you want to attract the people that are actually looking for your product. You want both people to say, oh my God, I need to have this product. Let me click and buy right now. That's what you're trying to get. Or I love these so much, I need to get one for me and one for my friend. Initially, they were buying just for their friend, right? That's what you want. But you definitely have beautiful items. It's just you have to work on those little tweaks to kind of take your store to the next level. And once you do that, then you keep working on additional stuff to keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. So I hope that this tutorial or this critique is helpful. If you have any questions, feel free, guys, to leave a comment below. And thank you guys for watching.